Welcome again. This is part 4. We are studying Python pandas. So today we are going to start with creating a series from dictionary. A series in pandas can be created using dictionary also. Using dictionary for creating a series gives us the advantage of built-in keys which can be used as index. We do not require declaring an index as a separate list. Instead, built-in keys will be treated as the index. See here, this is practical number 12. Import pandas as PD. S1 is equal to pd.series. So this is your dictionary. So I have just taken an example. January colon 31, Feb colon 28, March colon 31, print S1. See the output. Here Jan, Feb, March is automatically taken as index. These are built-in keys. We need not to provide index if we are using dictionary. This is the benefit of using dictionary while creating a series. Okay, let us move to next. Naming a series. We can provide names to various parts of series. We can give name to the two columns, index and values of a series using name property. Let us see how. So we are taking the same series Jan, Feb, March. Naming the series. Just write s1 dot name is equal to whatever you like. I have taken as days in single quotes. So what does it mean? Name of the series is days now. Similarly, I have changed the name of index also. S1 dot index dot name is equal to month. So if you print S1, see the output and match this output with the previous output. This is your output, similar to previous one, Jan, Feb, March 31, 28, 31. Now when naming is done, this name is displayed like this. See, month, because s1 dot index dot name is equal to month. So here the name of index is coming as month and days is coming here. Name colon days, what does it mean? It means now the series has name, which is days. Okay, next is creating a series using a math function or any mathematical expression. So this is just your syntax. Let us directly go to example, then you will understand syntax easily. I have used arange method to create a list of some numbers. For this method we need numpy, so write import numpy as np. X is equal to np dot arange 1 comma 5, s1 is equal to pd dot series, index is equal to x comma data is equal to x into 5. You already know we provide two arguments always in series, index and data. Index is optional sometimes. So here we have taken index as the value of x. And what is the value of x? You might be knowing arange method. It is used to provide a list of some numbers. For example, here 1 comma 5 is written. What does it mean? It means x will contain numbers from 1 to 5 minus 1, that is 1 to 4. So 1 2 3 4 are the numbers for x. So your index is 1 2 3 4. We could have directly written index is equal to square brackets 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, but here we need to use this x as a mathematical expression. For example, data is equal to x into 5. So whatever is the value of x, it will be multiplied by 5. That is why we have taken index is equal to x. So this is a mathematical expression and we are creating a series. See, print s1. What is the output of this? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is your index, and 5 into 1 is 5. Then x is equal to 2. Then 5 into 2 is 10. Similarly, 15 and 20. One more example. S2 is equal to pd dot series data is equal to x into 5. Now here index is missing. Then what will happen? It will create its own index with 0, 1, 2, 3. See the output of S2. This is your S2 and this is your output. 0, 1, 2, 3 is your index and the numbers are 5, 10, 15, 20. One more example. Index is equal to y. Y again contains numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4. And data is y plus 10 to the power 2. It means this number raised to the power 2. For example, when y is 1, 10 plus 1 becomes 11. 11 power 2 means 11 into 11, that is 121. Similarly, next time it will be 12. The 12 into 12 is 144. See the output? 1, 2, 3, 4, then 121, 144, 169. So this is how we can create a series using mathematical function or expression. Okay, these are some series object attributes. We can use these attributes to find out some information about the series. Let us see them one by one. Series.index, it is used to return index of the series, you already know. Series.values, it returns nd array values. Series.dtype, it returns the data type of the data in that series. Series.shape, you know there are different types of shapes which tell number of rows and columns in a particular series. Then series.nbytes, it returns the number of bytes for the specified data in a series. Series.ndim, dim stands for dimensions, it returns the number of dimensions, for example 1 dimension, 2 dimension, 3 dimension. Series.size, it returns the number of elements in that series. Series.hasnans, it is actually has nans, so it returns true if it has nan values. Similarly, last one, series.empty, it returns true if the series object is empty. Let us see some practical examples of these attributes. S1 is equal to pd.series 4, 5 and 4.2. So we have taken some random numbers to create a series. Its data type is float. Now first is s1.index. It is used to display index of this series. See your output, index a, b, c. So this is the index which we have used. Now next is s1.values. So it is going to display this array 4, 5, 4.2. See 4, 4.5.4.2 because all are now in float. Similarly, s1.dtype, it will display data type of this series, that is float 64. s1.shape 3, it means there are 3 elements 1, 2, 3. So that is why it is displaying 3. s1.nbytes 24, it means 24 bytes is the size of this series. S1.ndim, how many dimensions are there? Simply this is one dimensional array That is why it is displaying 1. S1 dot size 3. Size means returns the number of elements. So 1, 2, 3. There are 3 elements. That is why size is 3. Then S1 dot has nans. There is no NaN value. That is why answer is false. Similarly, S1 dot empty. It means, is this series empty? It is obviously not empty. So your answer is false. So these were very easy. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Let us move to the next slide. Retrieving values from a series using head and tail. Very interesting. So these two functions are used to fetch number of elements from left or right. Let us see them one by one. If we write series dot head n means number of elements. See this example. If I write print s1 dot head 2, it means from the left side it will display two numbers, 171, 280. See the output head n. So this is your output, 171, 280. So head n, it fetches first n elements from the series. If we do not write a number as argument in between brackets, then by default it will return top 5 elements. Let us see how. So here we have used s1 dot head. This is default head. It will display top 5 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 171, 280, 33, 4 and 55, minus 55. See this one. Default 5 values are there along with their indexes. Now tail n, you can easily guess. It fetches last n elements from the series. And similarly, by default, if we do not provide any n value, it returns last 5 elements. See these two examples. S1 dot tail, so it will return last 5 elements. What are those last 5 elements? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 280, 33, 4, minus 55 and 6. Okay, see, 280, 33, 4, minus 55 and 6. If I write s1 dot tail 3, from last it will display 3 elements, 4, minus 55 and 6. Next, so we can do mathematical operations on this series also. This is an extra box. Ignore this box. Okay, see this example. We have taken two series, s1 and s2, and if I write print s1 plus s2, it means it will add elements of these two numbers. So 10 plus 5, 15, 20 plus c, 16, and so on. See the output is here. 15, 26, 37, 30 plus 7, 37, 40 plus 8, 48. So simply what it is doing, it is adding elements of these two series. Similarly, we can do any other operation, plus, minus, divide, multiply, anything, and all these examples are showing these subtractions, multiplication, division, etc. Okay, now we have vector operations on series. Any operations to be performed on a series gets performed on every single element of it. Now what does it mean? It was performing every single element previously also. But what is a vector operation? Let us see with example. We will consider only one series. Ignore this S2. S1 is equal to PD dot series 10, 20, 30, 40. Then if you write S1 dot 10, it will display all the numbers after adding the value 10. This is your vector operation. 10 to every element. See your output 10 plus 10 20, 20 plus 10 30, 30 plus 10 40, and 40 plus 10 50. Similarly, you can do subtraction and comparison also. S1 greater than 25, what does it mean? It means all the elements of S1 will be compared by 25. If first element is greater than 25, let us see first element 10. 10 greater than 25 is false, so it will display false. Second element 20 greater than 25, again it is false. 30 and 40 are greater than 25, so it will display true and true. And the data type of this output will be BOOL. This is called Boolean. Boolean values are true and false only. So I think practical 18 is clear to you. Let us move further. Deleting values from a series. How to delete or remove values from a series? Drop method is used. See example. Import pandas as PD, S1 is equal to PD dot series, create a series. Then simply write S1 dot drop 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, whatever. 0 means first position, so 34 will not be displayed. See your output. Last three elements are there. Drop 0 means 34 is dropped, it is deleted, it is not there. One more example, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can write ABC also if you have mentioned an index in the form of list. See, this is your index A, B, C, D. There was no index. So there was no index. So we had to use index value 0, 1, 2, 3 only. But if you are providing index like this, then you have to mention this index value only. For example, S1 dot drop B, and B stands for second number 55. So 55 is not in your output. So with this we have finished all the topics of series. I hope you understood well. If you have any problem in practicals, do let me know. Practice all the practical examples on your system with different combination of values. Write all these examples on your notebook also, as writing improves learning. We have finished all the topics of series. Now wait for assignments based on series. All the best. Thank you.